Hi there, Professor. My name is Saralee Loredo, and today I'm going to be reviewing 3 books. The 3 books that I've chosen are all science related, and the reason that I chose them is because as a kindergarten teacher, I feel like that I really lack in the science instruction area. And so I found these books very encouraging for myself and inspirational to improve my practice as a teacher. And I really think my kids would enjoy them, even if they're beyond their academic level right now. I think that if I ever chose to teach in an upper grade, the kids would really like them. So the first book that I would like to review is Citizen Scientist: Be a Part of Scientific Discovery from Your Own Backyard. And it pretty much describes different activities that you can do in your own backyard or in your own neighborhood, not dependent of if you live in a city or in a rural area. And it doesn't really matter, the resources that you have. The activities described are perfect for anyone, and really anyone of any age. So let's look at what the activities are. So the 4 activities described in the book Citizen Scientist is monarch butterfly tagging. The second activity described is bird counting. The third activity described is spring frogging. And the last activity described is surveying ladybugs in the summertime. And definitely one of my favorite parts of the book is one of the last pages where the author, Loree Burns, leaves the reader with a few words inspiring them to go be a citizen scientist. Loree Burns leaves the reader with resources, including books and internet sites that you can use to just learn more about ladybugs and butterflies and frogs and birds. And I thought it was a really great way to end the book and just really kind of motivate everyone to step outside and do some exploring of your own. And the second book that I would like to review is by author Thimmesh, and the book is titled Team Moon: How 400,000 People Landed Apollo 11 on the Moon. And it talks about the astronauts involved in Apollo 11, of course, but also all the extra people involved in the success of the mission. These are people that maybe we don't often consider, but they definitely had a significant role. For example, the seamstress that made the spacesuits, the cameramen, or rather the camera designers that designed the cameras special for the astronauts to be able to take pictures while on the moon, and the flight directors, the engineers, all those extra people that sometimes don't get the recognition that they deserve, but are definitely very important. So let's take a look at the book, and especially the photographs, because I think they're really special. So here, for example, we see Buzz Aldrin, and he has his specially designed spacesuit on that was made by a very hardworking seamstress who really were working towards the safety of the astronauts while they were on the moon, but also their ability to walk. And here we see astronaut Buzz again, and he's practicing using the Hasselblad camera, which was specially designed for the mission to the moon. So those are just 2 examples of the extra people involved in Apollo 11 and their importance and for the success of the mission. For example, without the special camera that was made, we wouldn't be able to enjoy those photographs today. And without the special suits that the seamstress made, the astronauts could have died because of the extreme conditions on the moon. So that just shows how important working in a group is. And really, I think the main lesson of this book is that behind every great achievement, there are lots of people involved, lots of background people that sometimes don't get the acknowledgement that they deserve, but they were definitely essential in the mission. And the third book I would like to review is The Skull in the Rock: How a Scientist, a Boy, and Google Earth Opened a New Window on Human Origins. And this book is written by author Marc, and he wrote the book with archaeologist and professor Lee R. Berger. And they wrote this book together to inspire kids to do some scientific exploration of their own, and hopefully maybe in archaeology specifically. So in this book, archaeologist Berger, he finds a fossil with his son, and the fossil ended up being from a skeleton that was nearly 2 million years old, and it ended up being a very huge discovery for humankind. So, one of the reasons why I enjoyed reading this book is I feel like it gives a real example of a boy, only 9 years old, who was doing his own science exploration when he found the fossil that ended up being nearly 2 million years old. And once he showed it to his dad, who was actually the professional archaeologist, he was able to see that, his son had made a huge discovery. So I think this is a really great example for kids, just to realize that it's not only adults that can, have these great achievements, but also kids can get involved and really have an impact in the science world. So overall, I thought The Skull and the Rock was an excellent read. I especially enjoyed the example of a 9-year-old boy doing his own exploration and just achieving something great. And I think that he is a great example for kids to realize that, your age is not important in making an impact in the science world, and that really you can start at any age. But yeah, I think overall the 3 books that I read for this assignment were wonderful. I learned a lot about them, specifically, about astronauts and archaeology and, animal exploration in your neighborhood. But also I think in general it just taught me that it's really important for kids to get outside and to do their own exploring, because it really just works their mind in a different way than being indoors and, always doing things like literacy and math. So I'll try to remember that this school year, and remember that there is a lot of value in science exploration, and especially from a young age, when kids are just little sponges and, just really active, and they could really benefit from these kinds of books and these kinds of activities. But yeah, thank you for listening, and goodbye.